under the rim. Hey, and welcome to Bucketphoria. We are back again. It's the regular crew, Raul and Alex. I don't know why the light seems. Yeah, okay. I thought I know it seems very dark. So we back again.
We look like lock characters. I appreciate
it. Yeah, we look like lock characters. So it's Thursday. And last week's coverage we talk about the late playoff push. It's a basketball podcast presented by Mafia Sports Report and Sports Dynasty. Now, last week we spoke about the late playoff push. We covered that already. So this week we're going to talk about a couple of struggling teams where the concern is really sky high at the moment. And we will be starting with...
We're going to be starting with the boys in Memphis. So I'm pretty sure we're not going to be a dead horse with this. You don't know the Ja Morant situation. He's taking 4 more games off,
right?
At bare minimum.
Which is bad.
It's bad, but
yeah.
I'm about to say, if you're a Grizzlies fan, you're just hoping you can get it back for playoff time.
Right.
Assuming he's not doing any of the things that he's doing.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess it got to be very, you're very nervous every day about ESPN reports or any kind of sports reports because you're hoping you don't see his name and he's gone or something like that.
Right. So here's the thing with this team. Hot start to start the year.
Very hot. I believe they were 31-13 at some point.
So they were only a half game behind the Nuggets for the first seed at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're third. And the Nuggets look like they got the number 1 seed on complete lockdown.
I'm pretty sure if no one gets hurt, it's locked.
No, I think it's locked regardless.
And it's probably locked regardless, to be honest with you, yeah.
I think, again, whoever gets hurt is more of a playoff problem anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's, Jokic.
Exactly. Yeah, so that first seed is gone for them.
Then that fateful night in Los Angeles, California happened.
The start of everything, right?
That was kind of the start of everything. When Shannon Sharp, got into it with the Memphis Grizzlies team. And the Lakers snatched that game, literally snatched it away from them. Thanks to a Dennis Schroeder steal and layup and one layup to win the game by 1.
Bad loss, by the way.
Yeah, that's a brutal way.
It was a brutal
way to lose a game. After coming off a good win against the Cavaliers too, ever since then they've been 7-13, currently in a 3-game losing streak. Brutal losses to both Los Angeles teams, with the Clippers ending on a 24-2 run to end the game, giving them their first win with Russell Westbrook and their starting lineup, and the Lakers, where you punched the man in the face and he still dropped 30 and 22 on you, with Desmond Bane having an absolute nightmare of a game going to 14. And I feel like all 3 shots happened in the fourth quarter, because I really remember going 2 of them having the fourth quarter. Okay, because I remember being like 0-4 or 1-4 for like almost the whole entire game.
That's definitely a version of Desmond Bane that I'm familiar with.
And now again, you don't have Ja Morant for the next 4 games at bare minimum.
Which is that's so concerning.
Because the league is talking about having a 50-game suspension.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, whoa, 50 games.
They don't have Brandon Clark anymore.
He's gone for the whole. Let's see when he comes back. Actually,
he tore the Achilles against the Nuggets, so he's gone for the year.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder when he will ever come back. Is what I'm wondering.
Yeah, he could come back sometime next season. Brandon Clark,
but that's Steve
Adams still hurt.
Who's Steve Adams? You could tell. That's another thing, especially since he got hurt. Is literally when things started changing too. They started really losing, not being able to hang on to leads.
Right.
You could tell Steven Adams is so important for this group. But yeah.
I'm about to, and at this point you have Desmond Bane, who's a really good player.
He is.
So don't get me wrong. And Triple J, also all-star, good player, but you don't have that guy, which again, you were like 24-2 with Ja Morant last season.
Right.
But this is before the distractions. You have all these distractions happening. It feels like every single day it's always something. You're public enemy number 1 for the rest of the NBA because AKA we're finding the West. Spoiler alert, they have not been finding the West.
I think that's the biggest difference, is that because last year they were kind of like an up-and-coming, exciting team and more like with the energy of something to prove. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the energy I think everyone admires.
Of course, yeah.
Right? And that's why, and they wrote off the energy, and that's why they were so hot last year. But now this year they're more in a cocky state, more in a state where they feel like they've already done it.
I feel like they feel like they've arrived. And you know what I feel like gave them that. We do that.
What?
Remember last year in the playoffs when they lost to the Golden State Warriors? That game 3 Ja Morant got hurt.
Yes.
And the games that they lost, they were in it, but they couldn't.
They needed that extra spark, which were Ja Morant. So it made them feel like we're fighting the West because if we have Ja Morant, it's a lot for us to be anybody.
Pretty much. I feel like that's what happened because
and things don't work that way.
Things don't work that way. It's not okay. But because I'll give the Grizzlies credit for this because they hung in there with Golden State. They
fought.
Though game 4, game 6, they were ended the whole entire time. In game 5, they beat by like 50, something like that.
Yeah, they fought. They definitely fought.
But it's like what John Morant said is like they were hard to guard without John Morant because you had more people to account for, as opposed to like with Morant, you really only got to focus on him.
Right.
You should drop 40 on you, just got to everyone else not exploding. So
it's definitely different dynamics, especially in ways I feel like it's sometimes harder because John Morant getting hurt is such a sudden thing. It's not really something you can prepare for. Right. Like you've done a whole scouting report on John Morant, and then he's gone, and then you got to kind of make a new one.
That's what, and it didn't actually occur in the last games.
Yeah,
I don't remember that, but
so I can see I could see the difficulties in that, and I could see why those games were close.
Right,
because you got to prepare more for that. You had to just prepare with what you had.
Exactly. Essentially, yeah.
Right.
So, but now we're here again. Start off 31-13. They were only a half a game behind the Nuggets.
They were. I mean,
then things just went left.
It's funny because I feel like they are having the opposite of the Celtics from last year, their season, where at one point in this season it felt like, all right, the Grizzlies and the Nuggets is like they're gonna have a collision course. The Grizzlies just might mess around, and this might be their year, right?
Right.
And now it's at a point where it's like I can see about 5 to 6 teams who could take them out in the first round.
Because here's the thing, though. Because all right, so they got the one against Utah Jazz going into All-Star break, right?
Mm-hmm.
Play the Sixers, big lead. They look like they fixed their problems. Blew that game against Philadelphia. Then they went on a 3-game winning streak. They blew out Denver, great win. They hung around, then they beat the Lakers by 12, and then they beat the Raptors back-to-back. It's like, okay, maybe they're starting to fix their problems. And then they got blown up by Denver. Then John Morant got suspended by the team for 2 games. Then Dylan Brooks got suspended for that 1 game because he's an idiot.
He is an idiot.
And then next thing you know, blow lost to Denver, blew the game against the Clippers.
And then Brandon Clark tore his Achilles.
I think in like Nuggets game or Grizzlies game.
I believe it was the Grizzlies game.
Clippers
game.
Right? Yeah, no, it was Denver game.
Denver. So it's like bad news just kept it's like it went from bad to worse by the days.
And then you lost that game. Good defensive game against the Lakers, but then the Lakers got AD. You don't.
Yeah, that's pretty much why they lost, because one team had Anthony Davis and the other team didn't, because he did that on Triple J's head top.
Even though shout out to Troy Brown and Austin Reeves for closing the game out.
Yeah, they did their thing. Yeah, because Triple J had a very long night that day.
He did. He did okay that game though. But
he did. It's just AD said, "I'm him."
So here's where we at now. The 38-26 right now. They're third in the West right now. They got Golden State next, which they can't beat.
They can't beat. Yeah, particularly playing against Golden State is always a troublesome game.
The only saving grace they have for this one is the fact that Memphis is at home.
That's the only saving grace. Okay.
That's the only saving grace because Golden State cannot play on the road to save their lives.
When is that game?
Tonight.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
It's actually in 20 minutes.
All right, that's awesome.
Dallas twice.
And I can see them dropping those.
Miami. Thing is, though, I'll give the Grizzlies this. All 4 of those games are winnable games.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course.
They could win those games because Dallas got their own problems that we talked about last week.
It's just, it's you know what it is? It's just, it's one of those days where I think where Philly suffered from their good night. Yeah.
If you got Kyrie and Luka
scoring 80,
it's very hard to beat them.
It's very hard to beat them.
But that's not something you're gonna have to count on, though.
No, that's not something you gotta count on. It's just like if it shows up, it's like, well, damn.
Yeah. You can go bullshit on that one. Like,
exactly.
Can't. Which, because look, I remember the Pelicans yesterday.
Yeah,
they were awful, both of them.
They were horrible. And look, Philly beat Milwaukee.
The game after,
they beat Milwaukee. It's just that if you have 2 players combining for 80,
it's kind of hard to win.
It's kind of hard to beat them.
I was going to say in Game 5 of 2016, they tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I believe it.
I feel like most nights they still won the game.
Right, and I believe it was an efficient 40 between the two, right?
Mm-hmm.
Between Kyrie and Luka. Yeah. So they had like monstrous games, 2-man wrecking crew.
But I'll say this again: Dallas defensively sucks.
Oh, they're garbage.
You could get your points. You can still get your points.
They should be able to, yes.
And you just gotta stop both of them to win the game. Granted, way easier said than done. By the way,
of course, yeah.
Way easier said than done because they're both top tier scorers in this league. But
this
you
team,
shut them down, you win the game.
Right. But this ultimately this team is shot. They need Brandon Clark. They need him.
No, they
need him.
And Jared Tillman been playing okay. Don't get me wrong. He's been doing his thing.
Yeah, he's doing what he can, but
especially with the fact that Steven Adams is not there either.
Right.
Who's getting center minutes?
Yeah, so those games where you're playing bigs, those nights are gonna happen. Those 30, like AD had what, 33 and 22?
30 and 22.
Yeah. So AD was literally Shaq against them. You're gonna if you have upcoming games against Denver, you know what's gonna happen there. It was gonna happen regardless, but it's even worse now. You know, so if you're playing games against these with good bigs, you have a problem. Minnesota's gonna give them a problem. Rudy Gobert might have like 25 rebounds.
Like hey, I 22 because Lakers.
Exactly. So but this ultimately this team is shot, man.
But
this team is shot. The team's morale is different.
They have from what I see in the rest of the schedule, it's kind of a playoff run because they don't play really good bigs like that.
They don't play really good bigs
because even though Kevin Looney can drop 20 on them,
but you know what's the problem? It's more likely for Triple J to get fouled out too because if he's the only,
yes, play a lot.
Yeah, he's the only last anchor that they have, so he has
because
no
God
choice.
knows when Steven Adams comes back to help that load.
And I've seen plays in the Lakers game where they literally swallow the whistle for John Morant. I mean, for Triple J not to get fouled out against Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
I've seen plays where he should have got fouled out already, and they swallow the whistle.
And he still scored at him too.
And he still scored at him, exactly. So this is just, if you're a Grizzlies fan, this is a nightmare situation. This is literally a nightmare.
No, the sky is literally falling.
It's literally
you have to wait for next year and hope to everything. This humbles you and they go into next year.
And then
because they're still young, it's not like time's running out.
Yeah. Time is your friend in this situation. I hope Brandon Clark will return to, because this is a tough injury to. I know science is different and stuff like that, but this is a tough injury to return from. Look, Kevin Durant now. He gets hurt. He got hurt in warm-ups, bro.
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm gonna bring this up real quick. Whoever was supposed to mop the floor for that Phoenix Suns, you're getting fired. I'll be
right. Yeah, who couldn't mop it? Yeah. You're done. But the problem with this too is with this. When I've been watching NBA a long time, and I know when a team is a target. This team is a target. Everyone wants to beat them.
It's like Miami.
Yeah.
When they had the Heatles.
Right. And at least this was a team where they had championship pedigree, where this was a kind of a target that they earned. You know what I'm saying? So it was a target out of respect. Yeah, out of respect. But this is a target out of, you little boys really think that you about this? We're about to teach you a lesson. And when you in a game with hostile environment every single night, there's only a few players in this league that the entire Golden State organization knows about that. LeBron knows about that. Players like Kevin Durant know about that. Not everyone could live in this. Those are environments made for legends and for legendary group of players. Now, can this group thrive in this? We're seeing that they can't. And that's okay, because like Alex said, they're young, but this is a lesson that I hope they learn, and next season they come out differently, because you got to earn the respect in this league.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, man, it's like I'm trying to find the record in the West. I'm struggling right now.
Right.
But
like, look at Denver. You don't see Denver talking bull crap, being cocky. They just playing ball. Okay, I got it.
Look
at Milwaukee Bucks, who's won a championship. If there's a team that could be cocky, it's them or Golden State.
Milwaukee, you know how things best example of this to me? Look at the Celtics.
Exactly.
They literally lost the finals to Golden State, mostly because just didn't want to perform.
Right.
But like what they did is like
they regrouped.
They regrouped.
Yeah.
Especially with all the things that happened with the head coach and all that.
Yeah.
Before the season started, they regrouped. They shut up. They play ball. And did not give themselves any more unnecessary attention that they had already. And look, they're tied for. No, not for. I think they're half a game behind.
They're half a game. They're literally having a war. Right now. They're having a war for first seed. You know what I will give them? I think what benefits them is that this team tasted a little bit of glory from the start.
Right.
So they probably, in a way, they're young, but it's like, I feel like Tatum and Brown are like seasoned vets already.
I think I'll more so say those years, like the year before they made the finals, that was a bad year when they barely made the playoffs. The year before they got Kemba, the last Kyrie year.
The last Kyrie year.
So they had adversity type of years.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
They grew.
They grew. They definitely grew.
They grew. They know how the league works now.
Exactly. Well, this I guess this is this should be the Grizzlies' learning process.
Yeah, it is. And this is going to show whether you learn from it.
Right. And Golden State, only if you really provoke them is where they really start. Because other than that, they really just playing ball, man.
So good to do that in Brooks. Right. I think so.
He did.
Funniest things, one of the funniest I've seen in my life. He did laughing at him while he falling on.
He was laughing at him while he fall.
Great technical foul of all time. They're 20-19 in the West currently.
20-19. Okay,
that's not fine in the West.
No, that is not fine in the West.
Especially since the Sacramento Kings, who just got together.
Yep.
This is the first year with this core fully. Because
first year, look what they're doing.
And they're the number 2 seed right now.
Yep.
They overtook ya.
Congrats on you, Sacramento. Congrats on you.
Oh no, they told me to shut the hell up.
They did.
They did their thing, and I'm proud of them.
I'm proud of them too. It's so much. If you haven't any of the audience, if you haven't really paid attention to this team, that's fine. There's plenty of time. Go try to watch their games now. This team, because this team is at a point where they know who they are. Right. They're doing what they're gonna do. Whatever formula they have to win, that's what they're sticking with at the moment. So you're watching this team at its purest form.
Again, whether defensively, there's a lot to be desired, but at least offensively, they're the best in the league. I think they're number 1.
Right.
So they will run up and down the court and tire you out.
When you're young and you could use those legs to the max capabilities, those are the kind of things that happen. Credit to Mike Brown on that. He's been in the league in a long time. So been in the league in a very long time. But yeah, these Grizzlies are shot, man. I think they're going down in the first round. They're going down, and especially with the Brandon Clark.
I was saying that before everything went down the tubes,
right?
Because they kept giving me that energy, and then next thing you know, everything happened.
Yeah, they're good. So and if you guys are unfamiliar with Brandon Clark, he gives this team a lot of hustle points. He revives this team. Sometimes he's a player who gives them momentum when they're down. So they need him. They need him real bad, and that's not someone you can replace.
The Grizzlies are only 2 games ahead of the Suns, only 5 games ahead of the Warriors and Clips.
You think about it, the Suns are passing them. That's just going to happen.
Yeah, Phoenix is going to go.
That's just going to happen because Phoenix are not going to lose too many
even
games.
Without Durant.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to get their wins.
Right, even without Durant. I said they're not going to be losing too many games. It's always scary at Golden State because just like in a blink of an eye, they could win like 7 games in a row. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you got about 2 teams there. Let's see what happens with the Lakers. If this team gets scorching hot, it could get worrisome with them too. So I don't know. This team is shot. This team is shot.
I mean, look, the Lakers climbed up to number 9.
They climbed. They clawed their way to 9th, and it's not far fetched to say maybe the Lakers could make this interesting in the seedings and move up to maybe like a 6th or 5th.
So they're only 2.5 games behind the Clippers, and they're number 6. Right. And worse are the same thing. So again, they're like a 5 or 6 game winning away from low-key being the number 5 or 4 seed.
Exactly. And if you think about it, it's like, I just really think this team is a first-round exit. I think it's a first-round exit.
I don't think they're shot. I think they're shot. Let's move on to the team that we actually talked about last week. Right. We're going to bring them up again because, granted, they're 2-2 since then, but it's like you watch this team play and I feel like they're having a huge identity crisis right now.
Their defense died. So, like, they are just not a good defense anymore.
No, the defense is ridiculously bad.
Their defense is horrible. And it's just the craziest thing to think about. Me and Alex have some solutions how the defense can get a little better, but Tyronn Lue doesn't want to play Robert Covington for some reason.
Okay. That's what Kawhi Leonard. I don't think he's going to defend him anymore.
I mean, it's understandable. Look at what happened in the course of his
career.
Because
his injuries. Yeah, in his age. No, that's why it happened.
It derailed him.
I don't think he's as good. I don't think he's that good at defending anymore. Paul George, I can't explain you.
I don't understand what's going on. Yeah, on that end.
On that end, offensively, he's been doing. He does his thing at times, but they played 4 games since then. Because it's crazy. God said that if they lose the next 2 games, they might be in trouble. Right. Which was Golden State Sacramento. That Golden State game was one of the worst games I've seen in my life from them. That was horrible. How bad? Mind you, they were about 11 at halftime too.
That was bad.
It was to the point where, and this is probably why I come to the play no more. That this is pretty much they put they bench it, right, and this is pretty much the emphatic explanation for them to win. They get the ball to Kevin Looney, right? Covington try to get the steal. He missed it. He blew by him, and Kevin Looney threw down the hammer to pretty much send them home.
That was a nightmare game.
And it's just like I'm just watching this. I'm like, oh my god! Like, and they couldn't score either. They went at 4 for 24 at one point. It was, and Magic Quality, I don't know why he hit the ball more. He actually was playing he actually was playing pretty well.
Yeah, he's for the most part he's been playing well for like this last month. They changed.
Westbrook.
Good lord.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say about this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is more so to Tyronn Lue, more so than to Westbrook. Like, they do know they don't have to be attached to him, right?
I don't know. I don't know if they know that.
They know they're not the ones paying him $48 million, right?
They're not. That's a good point.
The Lakers had no choice to try to make it work. Mm-hmm. And they kind of did it.
I think they probably put it in the best possible situation.
Right. His limitations were still there.
Yeah.
But he was still productive. Hence why I don't think Darvin Ham gets enough credit for that, by the way.
Yeah. Big credit to Darvin Ham for putting him in the best possible situation in that group.
He's starting for this team.
Yep.
I can't explain to you why.
I don't know why he's starting either. And I think the only explanation I can give you is that they think he's Russ, the all-time great Russ. They just view him as that when he's not that Russ.
He hasn't been that
more. Yeah, he's not that Russ anymore. And that's how they're viewing him because Paul George ran to recruit him pretty much. You know the jokes that they talk about with Draymond with Kevin Durant? That's what seemed like Paul George did. The second he got released, it seemed like he ran to call Russ Westbrook, like, come to the squad.
Right.
And when he came through the door, it's like it wasn't even a discussion. He was instantly the starter. So they view him as the old Russ when he's not. It makes no sense.
10-4 before the All-Star break. Terrence Mann as a starter?
Mm-hmm. Credit to him, man. He's improved.
I was in the 35 games they started, he played well.
Yeah, he did.
It worked. I'm like, okay, so I thought they were gonna keep Westbrook at the bench and start Terrence Mann.
Right.
That's not the case. And I was saying this for that Warriors game I saw. He was the only bright spot to me. It was him.
He's been playing good this year, and I think he's shooting well from three. I feel like every time I watch him play, he's always making threes.
But my thing is, like, why stop what's working? What has been working?
I'm not sure. And again, I go back to this point where I truly think they thought when he was getting inserted in, they were inserting the old Russ. So I thought I think they thought they were inserting nothing but addition.
Right.
And they didn't really look at the subtraction, which makes absolutely no sense to me because by now you see the way the team is guarding you, right?
Right.
I would hope that you would adjust to that because if you don't, you're done. I think you're done regardless, but if you don't adjust that, because I was watching the Toronto game yesterday, and I'm watching Paul George, and again, I give Paul George a lot of credit for the last game because he really did claw his way for that win.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the coverage that he's seeing, they put Siakam on Russ. Why do you think that is? Because Siakam is camping in the paint, man. Every time
he can help both of them.
Yeah, every time they got Siakam, that's a 6'9" power forward playing off help defense. He comes off the help defense. You're going to feel his presence. And that's what Kawhi was seeing. That's what Paul George was seeing. That's what Terrence Mann was seeing. And Eric Gordon, too, was seeing it, too, because they have him. They're running him a lot, and they're running him with the ball a lot. And Russ is just there. So you got to run. And they try to run some plays where he's cutting, but it's just the limitation is just too much. And also, he has the green light in this team.
Right.
Which is a massive problem. He's just chucking up threes and shooting up. Russ, I don't know. He needs to, like, if you're going to chuck threes, I feel like you should just shoot the middies, man.
You ever know what's Terrence Mann's stats in his final game starting? He had 26 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal, while shooting 10 for 12 from the field and 3 for 4 from 3.
Bro, if I'm getting 15 from Terrence Mann, I'm like, yo, that's wonderful. You telling me I'm getting over 20?
Terrence Mann started average 11-4 and 3 with shooting 51.7% from the field and 45% from 3.
I knew it.
As a starter.
I knew it. He was shooting good from 3. Because it felt like every time I saw him
with the defense that he gives you.
With the defense that he gives you. I felt like every time I saw him shoot threes, he would make them. I felt like he couldn't miss. and he's shooting 45%. Why would you kill that? That is a little perfect role player.
And here's another thing too. I want to talk about. I thought because with the Westbrook pickup, it brings me to another name that I gotta talk about. My man Nation on Thailand, because it's crazy. He's a weird player to evaluate because there's games in Denver that I've seen. He'll drop 25 in a quarter.
I feel like he's the Western Conference Emmanuel quickly.
Like he will be the reason why you win games, but I can see him shoot you out of games as well. Don't get me wrong, I can see it. But like the one game I always think about with Bones was last season when the Nuggets played the Sixers.
Yeah,
where Elder Brooks was like, you know, the MVP him because he helped lead the comeback and beat on Philly like that day.
Right.
And it's crazy because it's like he's a great spark plug to have off the bench.
He is.
That is what he is. That's what he brings to the table. So why isn't he getting any burn?
For him to get DMPs, I think is ridiculous because you got a team in the Western Conference who's first, who is looking to win the championship, and he was a big part of their offense. So if they can run him, I don't see why you can't. Especially with he doesn't give you any offensive limitations. If he's having an off night, I'll take that. But he does not give you offensive limitations at all. He gives you an addition to what you already had. Westbrook gives you those limitations. So I don't understand.
While not being that good of a defender.
Exactly.
I'm not saying Nation Ball is a good defender either because it's not. But
right. But at least
the sport is spread, and when he's there, Paul George and Kawhi can at least operate. No power or good can operate.
I mean, he fits what you want to do. You guys want to be shooting threes, right? I mean, he could help you with that. And I don't know why he's not playing. And again, I feel like him and Emmanuel quickly resemble each other so much to me. Like I feel like they're like the same player.
I find it so weird. I'll talk about the player.
Yeah, I feel like they're similar. I feel like he's the Western Conference Emmanuel quickly, but it's just interesting why I don't know. I would love to know the reasoning why he can't play games. Is he so detrimental to the defensive end? Like I feel
to an end that's not good anymore, anyways.
Yeah, right.
Like this team cannot play defense anymore.
You can't play defense anymore anyway.
Here's the thing. We gotta talk about this because I think I could check this real quick. I think they're one of the slowest teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
They're a good three-point shooting team. That's like one of the best things they have going for them.
Yeah, that's one of the best things they got. Yeah,
they are not a good defensive team anymore. Nope. You added the size for Plumlee to help Zubac when he's sitting down,
and he's playing well.
I'm about to say, and which no Plumlee said it because Plumlee actually been playing well.
Yeah,
throughout his time in the Clippers. But hell, in that Warriors game, I'm sorry, I keep referencing that game. It's just that like big sample size I have. Like he had 22 rebounds.
Yeah, he's playing well in this team, and and the weird thing is that Kawhi's playing good too on the offensive end.
Well, he's actually not.
He's playing good.
He's taking shots.
Yeah, so this team scoring is not the problem with this team. It's just they can't defend anyone.
They're 24th in pace. Okay, okay.
24th.
Okay, no, I don't know what's about it. You know, I feel like that's higher than I thought.
That is, I was about to say that's almost last.
That's higher. I thought those were like 28th, 20th, something like that.
Okay, got you. I wonder what is their like their defensive rating as a team at this current.
I'm gonna give you context for this.
Okay,
they're 15th now.
The 15th now.
They were like top 5 for most of the year.
Oh Lord, what a change!
You know, I'm pretty sure. You know, I don't think I'm lying when I say this. They've been one of the worst defensive teams. I think since the calendar year, actually, they've been one of the worst. It's been pretty bad
since 2023.
Yeah, since the 2020 calendar year, they've been pretty bad on the defensive side as well.
That is a nightmare, bro. That is horrendous. That was the whole thing with this team, that they could defend you well.
For having the two best two-way players in the league, they like to say.
Exactly. That was the whole thing about this team, was that they were a great defensive team and they were a great three-point shooting team. And that's what brought, that was what's scary about the team. But if you're not a good defensive team anymore, then you're no threat.
Exactly. You lost 129 to Memphis. Still got the win because you scored 135.
Right.
But again, and you lost 100 to Toronto because Scottie Barnes shot 6 for 21.
And now the problem with this game is that there's going to be games where you're going to lose games because of us. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah,
it's not even slander. And I'm trying to remember this game.
Sacramento.
It was a Sacramento game.
The second time, not the one that was like one.
Right, the second time. They damn near had this game won. They completed the comeback. Paul George played phenomenal in the fourth quarter.
On the back-to-back, too.
Yeah, on the back-to-back. He tried to will this team to a win. He tried everything he could.
You know what I find crazy about that? You know how we went to GG's podcast, right? He talked about like how you ran back-to-back and all that?
Right.
Literally, second night back, he put up 41.
And he put up 41 that day. I mean, listen, sometimes when you're great, right?
Right.
And Paul George pretty much took over in the fourth quarter, right? And during this running the clock situation, credit to the Sacramento Kings and Mike Brown for pressing them on full court. But, they're dishing out the ball to run the clock. Westbrook gets a wide open pass, and it slips right through his hands. Turnover, and that's pretty much the reason why they lost the game, because De'Aaron Fox scored, I believe he scored a teardrop after. Paul George scored a running layup, and then Sabonis scored 2 free throws with 10 seconds left in the game, I believe.
That happened before the
Right. The turnover. But what I'm saying is the turnover gave them possession back, because it was pretty much
back and forth.
It was pretty much who scored last one.
And then they got it. Then De'Aaron Fox missed the pull up.
Right.
And and a loose ball foul on Sabonis.
Sabonis got the offensive rebound, and then he got fouled.
Yeah, he got fouled, and then Paul George missed the game winning.
Yeah,
it got 28, by the way.
And Paul George it was a shot where Paul George had to just chuck.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much who scored last. It came to a point who scored last one, where it could have been swapped, where the Clippers could have played the free throw game, and the Sacramento would have had the pressure to make the final shot, but it swapped off that one turnover. Russ did have a good game in that game. He did. But he will have plays where he'll literally cost you the whole game.
And it's great, too, because I don't think he's been terrible.
He's been decent.
He's been okay.
Yeah, he's been decent.
But, again, what you are is what you are at the end of the day. You're
very well. Yep.
He's someone that he needs the ball in his hands to try to do what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
If he can't, he's such a liability for three that they're gonna do the Ben Simmons to him and say, shoot the ball.
They're gonna put the bigs to guard him.
And it's like what J-Mon says. When that happens, you start to question yourself a little bit. It gets in your head. And then you got the fact that he probably felt like he's playing well the Lakers. Then he gets traded, and he feel like, what more can I do?
For one, I would say he was playing well.
He was playing all right.
Down
the stretch, though, the last few games, he was kind of very bad. But for the most part, he played well that season.
For the most part, he was playing well, and he was in consideration for six-man.
Hell, he won those games. I'll say that.
He did.
He won his games a few times.
He definitely did.
That.
He definitely did. But I believe there was another game where it was late in the game, and I believe he shot a 3 instead of taking a dribble up to shoot a midi. So this is a art in his game where it's just abandoned.
No, he just can't shoot those shots.
Yeah, he just.
But he can't shoot in general.
He can't shoot in general, but my thing is he would rather shoot a 3 than a midi, which is weird to me.
I mean, he can't shoot those midis like that.
He can't. I would rather be closer to the rim. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying.
I would rather be closer to the rim, but
if you're that wide open, I understand his mindset. But it's like you have to have the self-awareness for you to know that you can't do it.
You can't do it. Yeah, it's just bad, man. And this team, I'm sorry, but this team is done. I can't see this team going far like this.
They're in a 2-game winning streak, but
it's a 2-game winning streak.
But I feel like from when I see those, I feel like it's one of those because the Grizzlies, they got their own problems right now.
They're just fighting so hard.
And then the Toronto game. That's because
they lost to Scotty Barnes.
Barnes gave it to you, essentially.
They gave it to them. And they almost choked that. Because I believe they were up double digits with 2 minutes left, and I think they almost blew it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Clippers don't got an easy game next either.
Who they got?
New York.
Oh, the hottest team in the NBA?
Yep, they just lost to
Even though they lost to Charlotte, but they're,
all teams.
Of all teams.
But they're still a great team, though.
Yeah, they are a really good team. If they got JB back, good luck.
I find it so weird though. I didn't even know he was out until the Celtics game. I'm like,
I didn't know he was out until the Celtics game either.
Which shit. You know, I want to talk about them. I want to talk
about them real quick.
Knicks, we got to talk about the Knicks.
I think we haven't given them no attention yet. Actually,
it's been a minute.
Yeah,
because it's I think we gave them a bit of attention when they 8-game winning streak. They lost 5 games in a row.
Yeah,
but they were in a 10-game winning streak, lost to Charlotte, but they had their games though, where it's
they had their games. They have the games where you got to give them a lot of respect. Where you're you know what? This team is all right. This team is pretty darn good.
And this winning streak, they blew out Brooklyn not once, twice.
Mm-hmm. That was crazy. I didn't think
beat Boston twice,
and one without Jalen Brunson.
And the second one was without Jalen Brunson in a double overtime game at the TD Garden.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Miami in one of the most improbable buzzer beats I've seen in my life.
I cannot believe that.
I'm about to say good win against a better Wizards team. Good win against the Hawks. They blew out Atlanta 2 that game. Blew them out.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat Utah and New Orleans in that stretch too. Easy wins for them.
Easy wins. Yeah.
Well, Utah gave a fight, but New Orleans beat the hell out of.
Right.
So, and then they finally lost to Charlotte. I think they blew that game too.
I think it could have been fatigue, to be honest with you.
Could have been.
Yeah.
I know tonight they have a banger of a game too.
What they got?
Sacramento.
Oh, it's a good NBA Thursday.
Yeah, but that's the second game. That's the second Tuesday game.
They got Sacramento
They play
today.
Sacramento.
They played already?
I don't think so.
Because that's a very interesting match. I feel like they haven't played yet.
I know last year they played and Drew ran a pro 50 on them.
Oof. I mean, he could definitely do that to them today too.
They played already. The sixth time they played.
Who won that one?
I have no idea.
It's probably. Do you know what date that was when they played?
It was December. It was early.
So two completely different teams.
This is the new version of New York. Yeah, they both got better.
They both got better. Yeah,
New York won.
This is gonna be a very interesting game.
Let's lock them up too. Crazy.
This is a very interesting game right here, and they're gonna be without JB today. So let's see how that goes.
Oh, I think the game beat up then. New York scrappy, but
let's. I don't want to.
Playing at Sacramento.
That's a tough building to play in.
That's a tough building to play in.
That's
when they're good, that's tough to play in.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That is a tough building to play in. I'm gonna say Sacramento wins this. I don't think they're gonna blow them up.
Even though I'll give New York this, you were able to beat Boston not once,
they were
twice at their home court.
The reason why I'm not completely writing off what you said is because I remember when we were speaking about this. This might just be a thing where the Knicks just match up well against them.
They might.
It could be.
They won the series against them. They won.
Yeah, so it could be that the Knicks just play them well. This is a completely different team. So this situation,
I hope the seedings stay like this.
I want the Knicks to play Cleveland so bad too. I want them to play Cleveland so bad.
Brooklyn and Miami. I don't want Brooklyn playing Philly in the first round.
Sorry, Brooklyn. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, because I know Philly gonna beat the hot.
I feel like Cleveland and New York literally might be one of the most classical series of all time, bro. Like I feel like this is gonna be a legendary series.
Raw emotions. I think New York beats them.
I'm kind of leaning towards that too.
I'm
kind of leaning towards because it's because Jalen Brunson is just so much better than I thought he was. So I'm evaluating him differently. I'm evaluating him like an elite point guard in the league.
And oh yeah, shout out to Manny quickly in that Celtics game, by the way.
Yes, he dropped 38 points.
38 points in 55 minutes. The whole second half he played.
You guys know about Manny quickly because I literally been screaming about him last year to play. I literally ranting. It felt like I was ranting almost every episode to Tom Thibodeau to play Emmanuel quickly. So I believe in this kid. This is the type of player he could become. He's a spark plug. He will have these games where if he's going, you're not stopping him.
I'm actually impressed with Mitch Robinson too. He actually played 44 minutes.
Yeah, he's doing what he can.
No, he played 44. He played 44 minutes and only fouled 3 times.
No, I like the way Mitch Robinson's been playing this year.
He said he's not got my money. All right, I'll play better now.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, listen.
That's weird, but I'll take it.
That is weird, but I'll take it too. This is a great team, and you know what? You know how this team is great? Because when I'm at work, the tennis can't stop talking about this team. And you know when New York is good? When the Knicks are good, New York is booming.
Yep, pretty much.
And New York is booming, man. These people cannot stop talking about this team. They're so excited about this team. I got a lot of crazy New York fan bold predictions. When the fans got these crazy this ridiculous feelings about the team is when you know the Knicks are the Knicks.
You know what's say to it though? Because based off this year,
why not?
Why not?
Yeah, I don't know. It is why not.
Why not?
Who knows?
Because I feel like they're a very because when they're hot. They're hot.
Yeah.
So I can see a world. I'm not saying it's going to happen,
but it can.
But I can see a world that pinball against every series. They could take them out.
Man, if the Knicks will do something like that, oh man,
I'm not putting my money on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. If I have to pick a gun in my hand, I'll say Bucks beat them in 5 or 6.
Of course. But you're saying that they might, if they could give them even if today were to give them that push,
right,
is incredible. And listen, the Knicks is the only New York team where when they're good, there's some excitement that I feel inside of me. I don't know what it is. But that's the only New York team when they're good. I like it
because it's Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Again, you heard how loud it was. And
it's the Mecca.
At the end of the first playoff game, like 10 years.
Right. It's the Mecca, right? It's the Mecca, and I guess everyone loves the Mecca. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a great feeling when this team is good. I like to see them win.
I like watching these group of guys win.
I like to see them win.
And I'm happy to see Julius Randle had a bounce back from last year. Last year he was really bad.
Yeah. I
think what leads them to go as far as they can or not, I think they live and die with RJ Barrett. I think that's...
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think if he's good...
Ooh, they're damn near unstoppable.
I think they will beat them.
Yeah, they're a contender. Yeah.
But...
With RJ good, that's a contending level team.
Because this could be the year where they said because let's say RJ Barrett like loses to like a game and they can lose a series and all that,
they could trade him.
They might ship him.
Yeah, they might ship him. Listen, if that happens, right?
You know what's crazy? Rand's team got Dono.
Huh?
Rand's team did get Donovan Mitchell.
Oh my lord! And still get Jalen Brunson?
Yeah.
They just might be
because they're still trying to get him after they got Brunson already.
They will be a top 5 team. They'll be they're damn near a top 5 team already. They'll be a top 3 team in the league without question. If they had JB and Mitchell, they'll be because I have so much respect for Mitchell for what he's doing in Cleveland this year. He's so much better. I think he's a better player than I thought he was.
I didn't.
You've since he got drafted, you love Donovan Mitchell.
I knew you
love Donovan Mitchell since he got drafted.
It's just because he wasn't
Utah.
There.
But yeah, I've actually become a fan of Donovan Mitchell. Alex seen it progress where I just love him so much now. Yeah. I love him so much. So if he were to go there, they'd probably be a top 3 team in the league.
But it's great. It's great though because it's like.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a good team. This is a good team, man. Again,
good ball club.
They actually gave Boston hell this whole entire season. They again beat them 3-1, 2 nail biters, 2 at Boston,
right.
Which they. What I think is why I saw because they actually was able to beat Boston at their own house.
Yeah, like they
went with adversity.
They went pound for pound with Boston. They, like you said, they dealt with adversity and they came out with the win. It says a lot about the group, but this is a team that describes the city.
Right.
Like they're scrappy and they fight and they claw and they do what they got to and it just represents New York. That's what's so likable about this group of ball players.
Right.
That makes you want to root for them to win. So congrats on the Knicks, man. They're a pleasure to watch and I'm definitely gonna be watching them. I'm definitely gonna be watching them play in a minute. So yeah, congrats to them. They're great.
And it's great too. I look at the league, right? You got the Suns who they not got probably haven't had their run into the playoffs now because
that's okay. Just rest of the playoffs.
So yeah, but you still need to figure out like because I don't know the regular season games. Him and Booker, they look like they meshed like the most perfect group of players to mesh ever. But the thing is like again, it's like you know how like we said it, I think we said it last during on air, but we said again like Kevin Durant is one of the most plug and play players ever. That play and you might be okay.
Yeah.
But still it's like you still rather have the chemistry with him around with everyone else. There with the regular season
before do or die games.
You don't have like 3 games with him, which granted they went 3-0.
Yeah, they didn't lose.
They 3-0.
Chicago gave them a scare, but
they didn't.
Yeah, Chicago came back and
they've been good recently. I forgot because Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, they do have a good record since Patrick Beverly.
I'm good. Yeah, they beat the hell out of Denver recently.
Yeah, they did do that. Yeah, so this is they're trying to make a push, I guess.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Sorry. That's what they're doing.
Why? Whatever. But anyways, so yes. So Devin Booker's gonna do what he's gonna do, right? He's gonna get to 30th for. He'll lead the team to the 3 seed more likely.
I think he's the one who benefited the most from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, because he's not seen as much double teams, which he doesn't like. After Joakim Noah.
Exactly. So I feel like
I don't know if I remember that.
I think he's already like
35, something like that.
Since Kevin Durant arrived.
He's been ridiculous. Ever since crazy too, because he was still dropping 40 before he got there. But
he was, but I've been watching all the games. Everything feels so smooth and everything feels so free for him because the floor is just open. He can't get double covered.
I'm gonna say this though, because it's like again, like you don't want to have that situation in a 2 or die game. Let's just say they're 3 seed, right? They played the number 6 seed. Let's just say that is the Lakers.
And is a healthy Bron, healthy D'Lo in the group ball band back together?
Yeah.
That's tough, man. That's like a Western Conference Finals in the first round.
Which I'm going to say this right now, disclaimer. If that's a playoff, if that's the first round series, let's just say we beat them, right? And they say it's because we're not healthy, I'm punching every single fan of the face. I hope you know that.
Wait.
So I'm saying like, it's a 3. Let's say a 3-6 match. The Lakers played the Suns in the first round, right?
Right, correct.
Lakers beat them,
right?
And let's say like more injuries, unfortunate injuries happen to them.
Oh, I don't want to hear those excuses. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. Yeah.
I think me and Suns is going to go to war for the Reds 10.
Suns specifically, you don't get to get those excuses against us.
Against anybody. I'm okay, because it's not being a team that's fully healthy in a playoff series
that's
yet.
True.
But
that would be a very interesting scenario.
That aside,
I hope that doesn't happen because that's the kind of I do. All right, I'm saying it from a fan's perspective. I don't want
you don't want that good of a series
in the first round.
Early. I get what
that's what I'm saying.
I do get what I'm saying.
I do want them as a Laker. Like I do want them. I want to beat them. I want the Lakers to beat them, but I don't want it to be that early.
But the Suns, let's be real, they're opponent's priority. Golden State, which I don't care if they have the
No, I'm with them until
not. I don't want to see them in the first round.
I have to see it to believe it with Golden State. Bro.
Clippers, they're not gonna be able to fix their stuff, so you should be fine.
It should be fine. Yeah, with Golden State specifically, I'm still believing in them. I have to see them fail to believe it.
Hold on, let me read this team. It's actually a decent amount of teams. They actually get
because Golden State showed us too many times already to not count them out. So I have to believe it. I have to see them fail to believe it.
Golden State, get the Clippers.
Okay.
Minnesota, which
they're like trap team, scary level.
I feel like that's. I won't say it's a sweep, but I feel like they could beat the hell out of them.
Phoenix specifically.
Yeah, if he's gonna beat the hell out of them.
I don't think they don't match up well. Minnesota doesn't match up well against them.
They're gonna be like switch, go back, come in, easy. Yep. Every possession time. Which the Rudy Gobert playoff special, if you will.
Yeah, Minnesota. If you're Minnesota, you're praying that you don't play them.
Yeah,
you're praying.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I will bring back Durant for chemistry's sake, but you don't need him to win.
You do not.
And Dallas. That's the one everyone want to see.
That's the one everyone want to see. For the sake of rivalry, that will be close.
I think that's beats them again.
Huh?
I think that's beats them again.
Yeah, I can see it happening.
Because I think Luka is going to start Super Saiyan against.
You know how much fun.
Booker.
Oh my god, that last game was so much fun to watch, bro. Especially the end, where Luka's like, you know what? Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. That's what he went to. He went up to Devin Booker.
Crazy.
Like, these dudes really don't like each other. It's a real rivalry. They don't like each other.
Nah, because it's crazy. What he essentially said was, "You're front runner."
That's what he told him? Yeah.
No, he said like don't wait till it's 2 seconds left to go in the game to start talking.
Listen, he did it last year.
Everybody tough when they up.
Yep, everyone's tough when they up. Yeah, I don't know. Luka seems to be one of those guys where if you get him mad, you don't want to do that.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to get him upset.
And
so for me as an NBA fan, I hope to everything that these two teams match up in the playoffs because I need to see Luka versus Devin Booker, and I need to see Kyrie versus Durant.
Kyrie versus Durant. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forget.
So I need this. As an NBA fan, I need this to happen. I really need this to happen.
And the Lakers.
Yeah. Who no one wants to see.
Not because no one has the same record, but they're concerned. I'm assuming he's out for the year.
Yeah, he's just done.
And OKC, Portland, and Utah is,
Portland's finished. Yeah, Portland. Yeah, they're done.
No, they suck.
Yeah.
So no, they garbage, bro.
And OKC, look.
I am so disappointed in this team, bro. It's not even funny.
Me too. Definitely.
And OKC,
I think Boston beat the brakes out of them.
Yeah.
That team is shot.
Yeah, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, man, the West is gonna be. I just hope. Again, I'm hoping the stars align as an NBA fan, and I hope I don't want the. I want them. I do want them. I just, as a fan perspective, I want this to be seen in the Western Conference stage, even though that's. I'm sorry, Western Conference final stage, even though that's not guaranteed because they still got to go through who they got to go through. You know what I'm saying? And the Lakers got to go through who they got to go through as well. But that's the stage I would like to see that go on. But if it's in the first round, so be it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get it on and let's go to war.
But my thing is, in most of the things, I just don't like the fact that they have to that happened for them because they have to,
the excuse get builds up.
No, just that because you don't want to have a player.
It's unfortunate.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree. It is unfortunate.
Yeah, because you don't want to have a player like this guy. You're trying to build him and you're trying to build the chemistry up with players. Which again, the 3 games they look good, but at the end of the day, is like you can't allow that in a playoff basketball, which is entirely different. Yeah. That's what Brooklyn and the Clippers thought they can get away with.
It's true,
and they didn't. No, I'm not saying Phoenix did it on purpose, obviously, because again,
it's just a freak accident.
It's just what happened.
He just got he was in the warm up, and what happened to him. And that's literally what happened to him. He literally had the same injury. I think the same injury as LeBron got, right?
I think it's something with the ankle.
I think it was the same thing.
I think it was ankle, right? Yeah.
Which is crazy. LeBron got that and he finished the game. Which is insane. I mean, he's just a different specimen alone, but it's just insane that he got that same injury and he literally finished the game.
And scored a decent amount too.
And scored a decent amount. But I mean,
Dallas, you suck.
They do because he was literally like a barely run, and he did that to them.
I was like, yo, Dallas, you really are garbage. Who y'all play next?
We talking about Dallas?
Oh, I play Memphis. We'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens there. For the little bit that we were seeing, Devin Booker looked frightening as a second option. Like it was.
I think that's what he is.
Yeah, I think he's the lowest tier number one.
He's the first number one.
Yeah, I think he's borderline number one. I think he's borderline number one option, but as a second option is so like he's the highest tier of a second option.
So like Chris Bosh type player.
Yes.
A Chris Bosh Paul Gasol type player.
Yes, like that. I think it's like around that realm. So like as a first option is like, all right, like maybe we could do something. Like we could probably give a good fight, but as a second, it's like scary. As a second, I think that's where he's at because it looks so freaking easy for him.
I'll give him this. He's never was a number two option until now.
He never was. Yeah, he got drafted. He got drafted into got given the keys to the franchise. Pretty much.
Yeah, because he wasn't playing that much in the beginning of his rookie year.
Yeah, he wasn't.
And then when he played, they're like, oh wait, he's good at basketball.
Oh, he's good. Here's the whole franchise. That's pretty much what happened. That's pretty much what happened.
That's essentially what happened with Devin Booker in his career, and never really had that adequate help.
Yeah, at one point, it's crazy because at one point in his career, I kind of felt bad for him. I'm like, is this just how his career's gonna play out? Like, is he just not gonna get no teammates? Is nothing gonna happen for him?
The coach James Jones got you.
Yeah, but look how things change. James Jones, the GOAT. Yes, look how things changed. This dude. It's funny how you see him where he was struggling with his team. I remember one point in the summer he was going hard and he was going practicing and he's like, I haven't made the playoffs, bro. I gotta work. And look at him now. Look at where his team is at now.
Right.
So,
because I'm assuming he's gonna get to at the point in his career where it's like he's making the playoffs every year.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen. Yeah, the franchise will have to like explode if that doesn't happen, right? Because even he earned his. James Jones is just him. Like James Jones is just him. He will make sure he has a good team.
That's my goal.
Yeah, that's my goal too.
But they're in a situation again with all that's happening.
Yeah.
Because again, you got to build the country in the middle of a playoff series.
It's very tough. Not a lot of there's very rare for something like that to happen. It's very rare to do that and thrive off of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very, 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 very rare. You got to be an all-time team to do something like that.
Last team I want to talk about is the other team in New York.
Brooklyn,
yes.
Gotcha.
So the Nets, they're interesting. They're good. No,
they're fun to watch.
They're still good team though. Don't remember. They're interesting because it's like they got to the point. To me, I thought there was going to be like a team that's they're fun, but they can't never find a way to close out games and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Boston game happened. And
they got a new franchise player, bro.
They do.
They do.
They got a new franchise. They got a huge win, which led them to be two tanking teams in Charlotte and Houston. We'll see how they play against Milwaukee tonight. But
there's so many good games today.
But I think they needed that Boston win badly for morale purposes.
Yeah, that in a way, I think that game kind of saved their season.
And Boston, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting a little question marks about them too, but that's neither here nor there.
They got some iffy losses.
Yeah. Because their loss, some of the losses is just bad. Like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, it is like, what are you doing?
Like, the game of loss is what it is. You didn't have the players all that, you still almost won.
Yeah.
But the next game
in your own crib with Jalen Brunson, without Jalen Brunson.
The Nets game
in your own crib, and you blew a 27-point lead.
That game looked iffy as hell. I'll say fuck it, and then I don't even remember to play Phoenix the second time.
Oh, I don't remember. Sorry, excuse me. I don't remember that either.
I'm about to say, and Miami too. I forgot like the Miami game. It's like I'm like, why feel like every single time they play someone good, they lose.
Recently,
yeah. Yeah, Cleveland didn't have the players, so I'm gonna leave them alone. But still, and those are having a cool feeling of the conversation. Notice that, but
yeah,
you know that. But Brooklyn, it feels like they just finding ways to get wins now. And Mikal Bridges has been
this dude is ridiculous,
absolutely phenomenal, and it's crazy because like I don't think maybe we saw this coming. Me, myself included.
I did not see this coming.
And I've been a fan of his for a while too.
Yeah, I like him too, but I did not think he was this good.
Because I saw him improving as a player,
right?
But he was always just the shoot threes, play defense type of guy,
right? I didn't know he was this versatile of a basketball player. I just didn't know.
Kind of this year,
right?
Because those games that Booker playing, he would actually have some good games himself. Good scoring,
because he's literally it's his team. Like the Nets is his team. He's literally the guy. They're relying on him to score 25, 30
right,
plus
so the
points.
Two best players, and the two players got from Suns is him and Cam Johnson.
Yeah, I see Cam Johnson finishing layup, doing reverse layup. I'm like, he was always this good. Like Jesus.
And it's crazy too, but this is good for them though, because it's like since you don't have your own first round draft picks, you needed talent like this. And the fact that they got talent like this and they're actually flourishing is a good sign for them. So next year, because they can make the playoffs this year.
They make it in. That's why I said I remember when we spoke about this. I said I think they're gonna hang on.
About they can make the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna do anything in there, but they're gonna make playoffs at least.
Yeah, they're gonna. Make
the upcoming years, you will never be at a point where you go like with the Billy King area, you went like 23-59 and don't have your first round pick.
That's not gonna happen.
You're gonna go like win like 42 games at least nowadays and be like, okay, cool.
Yep.
We might miss the playoffs, might make it, but we're still gonna be like good enough.
I think this team is like this might
to
be
compete with everybody.
This team might be like a slightly better version of the Ty Lawson Nuggets. And the only reason I say that is because that's one, and two, Mikal Bridges versus Ty Lawson, you got like a taller, wingy player who could also defend the best opposing team's best player. So so they have a better the guy. They have a better guy, and then they also have a better number two as well. So this is a formidable team.
No, listen, they can compete with. I think they can compete with anybody, and they got really like the coach. They extended him,
he is one of the best coaches in the league.
Because he didn't have a good stand on Orlando, but I'll say in his defense was Orlando. So
he's one of the best coaches in the league. What he's done is remarkable.
Like this was what I feel like he should coach. I don't think he is, but I feel like he should, because
I could see
he went through hell with this season with this team.
Word.
He was the assistant coach to start off. Steve Nash got fired after 7 underwhelming games. He had to take over this dumpster fire. He had this dumpster fire of a team.
I forgot that Steve Nash actually was in this team.
Well, started the season. I feel you
started the season. I completely forgot. Wow.
Got his team to look like contenders. Then Kyrie Irving woke up one day and said, "I don't want to be here no more."
He did wake up and say, "I don't want to be here."
And he really lost him and his best player in a matter of minutes. It felt like one game with Cam Thomas because ain't shit funny.
I think he's such an abysmal. He's so abysmal on defense, and he don't move the ball.
About you don't pass the ball, right?
Yeah, that's why.
No, I just know he don't play.
Yeah, that's why.
But when no one's playing and he's there, I think it's the way.
I had to look into it because I'm like, because this man is like a walking bucket.
No, that's why.
And I was like, I need to know why he's not.
No, I know why he didn't play.
That's why. It's because he don't pass the ball.
Like, he do not pass the ball. He said, "I got the ball in my head. I'm shooting. I'll give him this. He gonna make it probably."
Should have been born in the '90s, bro. I mean, you should have been in the league in the '90s, bro.
Oh yeah.
You would have been You would have been an all-time great. That old heads would have been telling me is better than my favorite player now.
That shade is crazy, but
hey. Yeah, I'm just saying, but Brooklyn, Brooklyn. I'm not gonna lie, I like Mikal Bridges, so it's kind of fun to watch this evolution.
And he has to deal with Ben Simmons.
I completely forgot about him.
And Ben Simmons.
I completely forgot about him.
Which I think it was after the Pistons game. I think, don't quote me on it. But he essentially just said he's not playable.
He did say that in the post-game conference. I forgot about that too.
But that's essentially what he said.
On a serious note, he's just the dude is just mentally done. Like I don't think he should be playing basketball. His mind is not there.
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
he has to deal with all of that,
and still
has his team looking formidable.
This dude walking in the game like, listen, we competing.
Like, if that's not a hell of a coaching job, I don't know what is.
Yeah. He should definitely at least get consideration. Should be at least be in the discussion out of respect. Like he's done a phenomenal job, and this team is loaded, bro. Like this team is.
They got a lot of talent. They don't got no true number one, but they got a bunch of B minus type players, and they're good.
Exactly, B minus level type players on the same team. This is a team that if they could win with one superstar. This is a group that could, if they had one superstar, they could win. Because
championship goes on that.
Yo, that would never happen. That would never happen. But could you imagine a person like him?
Who's like a destructive star?
They say they get like Dame.
They could try,
but they might lose too much.
But Dame don't want to run for the grind.
He doesn't. Freaking idiot. Because in this team, he would be insane. In this team,
I think it's perfect. I think
it's a perfect fit.
Will literally be perfect for him.
Yeah, if they could get Dame.
If you get Dame and somehow keep Mikal Bridges, you can somehow keep Cam Johnson in them.
Yeah, if you could get Dame, I would say this: if you get Dame, keep Mikal, Cam, and Royce.
I was gonna say Mikal, Cam, and Claxton.
You know what? Between them two, I would pick Claxton too.
Because imagine a pick and roll lob threat that he can lob two from Claxton, and everybody on the team can play defense.
Jesus, has Dame ever had that?
I think Nurkic kind of could do that until his leg snap in half.
Ugh, Nurkic.
Until leg snap in half.
Like Claxton has real bounce.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is that because Royce O'Neal's so versatile. You know what I'm saying?
You can find players like him though.
That's true.
He's played good this season though.
He has.
Yeah, he played good this season though. No, respect him, but
very versatile defender.
You can find a
Royce O'Neal is like
package your picks that you got from the
Royce O'Neal is like a nerf to dream on.
I about to say you could find a way to package Dinwiddie, Royce O'Neal, and
that's true. This team, yeah, you're right. Damn, they could.
Maybe
that can happen. Maybe that can happen.
Portland's not ever gonna do it, but it's something to think about.
It's something to think about.
And I get it.
If you think about it, if Portland should really actually think about something like
that. But about Portland, why wouldn't I do it? I'm not trying to take it as an owner.
Right.
I understand why.
If you get Dinwiddie, Royce, a couple picks.
But I was put after the sheets, good play.
Right.
Because Damian Lillard's fun. Don't get me wrong, but you're 31-35 right now.
Exactly. Because this man could be scoring 6 threes a game and you barely would, and you still could be losing.
You dropped 70 against Houston. I'm not gonna lie. Houston looked like they had a chance to win at one point.
That's what I'm saying. He had to drop 70
against the worst team in the league.
The worst team in the league.
They beat Spurs twice recently. So out to them. And the greatest tank ball all the time. But
yeah, it's just like ridiculous. I
was like, low-key, Damon Brooklyn actually sounds great.
Great, yeah. They should get Dame. They should get him. Because him and Mikal Bridges. Now that Vaughn knows who Mikal Bridges really is, he would insert that level of Mikal Bridges with Dame. So it's literally like you got 2 stars in the same team.
Exactly.
So they should definitely look to get someone like that.
So I think I think that's what they miss. You get a nice player like that, you good.
Yeah, they need that one star.
Yep. Well, consider as far as being a little electric, but
exactly. But kudos to them. They're fun to watch too.
They're fun to watch.
They're
again,
a very fun team.
I said as my coach, literally for that reason, he had to go through so much shit and literally still got the team winning games.
And I've gained so much respect for Claxton too, man. He's been fun.
He probably won the defense player of the year this year. He might book up as one too.
I'll be so happy for Claxton if he wins that. For both of them. If one of them wins that, I'll be so happy for them. But yeah.
That'll be all.
This was longer than I thought.
That'll be all. Be sure to subscribe to Sports Dynasty and Mafia Sports Report. We'll catch you next week where we talk about whatever happens for the next 7 days.
Exactly.
Peace out.
Peace.